guess who, but NFL players. All right. This is a video we are stealing entirely from Bengal. By the way, welcome back to Franchise Tagged, Gabe, Elijah, co-host, and such. Yeah, this is a video we are entirely stealing from Bengal. So shout out to Bengal. But basically what we're going to do is I have selected a certain group of individuals' Pro Football Reference pages, and Elijah has also selected a couple of individuals' Pro Football Reference pages. On this, the slides that look like this is going to be my pages that I have selected that Elijah is guessing. And on the slides that look like this, that say my name on the top, those are the ones that he selected that I am guessing. And just because it's going to be easier to show you than to explain it to you, I've got kind of an example gimme slide for him to guess. So this is number 1. This is the first player, and we're gonna see him walk through his thoughts and then tell us who he thinks it is.
So upon first look, a Giant for the first 5 years, a Rookie of the Year award, Pro Bowl in his first 3 years. It's quite apparent who this is, especially with the Cleveland and then the year with 2 teams, which is Cleveland and the Rams. Although I do want to mention that I completely forgot the entire era of the year when he's like, I'm going to sign with Contender, and then they're like, well, he's not healthy, and it was just that back and forth. But this is Odell Beckham Jr. Much more evident, especially with the 2023 year after that year of like, will he, won't he?
Yeah. So this is Odell. I don't have a slide that has his name on it because we were making these all in the same doc. So putting his name on it would kind of ruin the rest of it. But now we get into my first one. And we are looking at a guy that I believe that I have selected as well to use.
I was worried that these would be occurring.
Yeah, actually, no. Maybe I didn't. Because I'm a little confused right now.
Oh, okay. Glad to hear it.
Because, well, this is, I'm a Patriots fan, and obviously I'm looking at the Patriots years more than anything. 13 to 18. Like, first thought, Danny Amendola.
Well,
that's my first thought, because I know he was on the Rams. I know I'm pretty sure he went to the Lions. But yeah, I think I'm gonna send a quick little Danny Amendola guess.
That would be correct. That would be a correct
Okay.
Danny Amendola guess.
In that case, we're gonna skip past number 20. We're gonna skip past number 20
Good.
for you.
We got to just remember that way down the line, it seems.
Yeah. All right, and now we are on to your second guess.
Okay, so Giant last. Okay, now this is already apparent to me.
Mm-hmm.
The Ravens is like what threw me, because I saw Ravens at the top and I was like, huh?
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
you see like the game started, and then the breakout is very clearly with Oakland. The wide receiver position swap also interesting there. So yeah, that's kind of cool. And now I'm just kind of like perusing it. I like the little recap because I did not know that he fell off that substantially that quickly.
Oh yeah, well injuries really messed him up, and then being on the Giants, are gonna.
Yeah, the game started. Yeah, that was not the comeback they wanted moving him to the Giants, but this is Darren Waller for sure. I almost said Sproles because I'm a retard, but it's Darren Waller.
Yeah, so the reason I included this one in here, right? It's not like super difficult to guess. It's kind of obvious when you Raiders tight end who made a Pro Bowl. Who the hell else would it be? But the Ravens years as a receiver are almost entirely forgotten from everybody, and I wanted to just point those out to you because I was pretty sure you didn't know about that. So.
I do recall he had like practice squad years where he was getting elevated, and he was also was he dealing with like the alcohol or the drug? He had some criminal-esque thing going on.
It was alcohol, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and I did know of that area. By the way. But when I looked and I was like, okay, drafted in 2015, a wide receiver, and then it switched to tight end, I was like, hold on.
Yeah, it's just a weird little one, but yeah.
Yeah, on to this next one for you.
Yeah, Green Bay to Minnesota receiver. That's a true combo. Is this Donald Driver? Or no, it's Greg Jennings. It's Greg Jennings. Oh my god, it's Greg Jennings. Oh my god.
I was like,
Oh my god. I was like, which one went to? I knew it was one of the two, and I was like, which one went to Minnesota? And I said Donald Driver, and then I was like, no, he was a career Packer. Why the hell did I say that? To my dad, who's probably watching this, I am so sorry. He's got jerseys for both of these guys, so I really should know.
I was like, you said that, and I was like, no way. It's like, I thought that this one was going to be equal gimme to, like, Danny for you. Like,
oh my god.
with
Okay,
that
maybe I will
Packers-
have some struggles with this. We didn't mention it at the start, but this video is basically entirely because of the coaching picture video where I was kind of showing my lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
And this is supposed to be me showing my breadth of knowledge, like
Yes.
what I do know and what Elijah doesn't.
Yeah, I did not follow football at all when I was super young. So, like, I was probably, like, 13 when I was, like, watching my first, like, NFL game, like, on TV even. And then I didn't actually, like, care to sit down and watch the full game until I was, like, 17 or 16. Like,
Yeah.
I do not have these years and years of, like, even back knowledge of, like, my dad. Because my dad was a pure Cowboys fan. And, I mean, I don't think he could tell me about anybody that isn't just, like, with that Tony Romo group.
Yeah, players pre I don't want to say this because it sounds rude,
Yeah,
but
and then
players
some-
pre 2020 are like guys that I'm like, does he know them? Like,
Yeah.
does he know who this guy is?
No, that's very
If
fair.
their prime was before 2020, especially. But we'll get into this third guy that's a little bit before 2020. See if you can get this.
Damn. Yeah.
While you're thinking about it real quick, I did also skew my picks heavily towards his two teams, which are the Chiefs and the Lions. Because when he started watching football, he was watching Chiefs. I believe you were a Chiefs fan at the start.
Well, very early it was Broncos. I think I would know a lot
Okay.
about Broncos, and then
DT,
watching
true.
Broncos play, Chiefs. Then it was like, okay, I'm gonna watch the Chiefs. They weren't even especially good. It just now with this number 69.
Yeah.
Wasn't super.
you-
I mean, the 22 sack year is definitely
He was-
standing out.
Yeah, he was very good. I definitely remember him more as a Viking.
So here's another thing that I realized the other day when when we were prepping these. I have such a bad ability to discern eras because in my head, and I had to I was like, I don't even know. Like, I couldn't tell you if Derek Thomas. I was like, is he a 2000s player? Like, that's what
Yeah,
I was
he is.
thinking.
He was.
He was? Okay.
I
'cause-
thought. No. Derek Johnson, I think, is who I'm thinking of.
okay.
Because I'm thinking of. This is going to be such an odd, weird tangent.
Tangent in the middle
I'm thinking
is-
of
yeah.
Madden Mobile 15 or 16 when the three Chiefs linebackers were all elites, and it was Tamba Hali, Justin Houston, and Derek Johnson, I think, and all three of them were like core elites, and that was my linebacking core. So shout out to the Chiefs in 2015 or 16.
Like, I couldn't tell you either, like, what the Justin Houston era was. Like, I know Justin Houston. I know he's not super... Like, I can't tell you when he was drafted. But with this, I don't... With, like, the career Viking dissertation you made, I don't even think I'm fully remembering his name correctly. But is it Jared Allen?
It is Jared Allen.
Yes.
Wow. Okay,
Okay.
good pull. Good
Yes.
pull. I will say I was looking back at my list of players that I made for you, and I was like, damn, I gave him this one this early? Okay.
I had that image in my head of Jared Allen being a Chief, and then when you said career Viking, I was like, okay, maybe both of these things are true. Like, maybe I thought
Yeah.
he was a career Viking, but I also remembered him in that jersey.
No, I just completely did not remember him as a Chief at all, which, to be fair, I was 4 when he left the Chiefs, so I probably wouldn't remember that very
a little
well.
difficult to pay attention to.
We'll
when
get
you're-
onto this.
This one's
we'll
a
get
little
onto
older
this,
of a pool here.
Well, this one's, I mean,
Okay.
this one's an MVP running back.
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
how many of these exist, all right? But yeah, we've got the San Diego years are obviously the main ones, and then he went to rot on the Jets. This is LT, LaDainian Tomlinson.
Okay.
Big shout-outs. He was incredible. Just consistent Pro Bowls, all pros, and then obviously the MVP season, 28 rushing touchdowns is crazy.
A little background for why I even put him on here. I was doing I found out Pro Football Reference does the Immaculate Grid. So I was doing an Immaculate Grid, and I was like, oh, LaDainian Tomlinson, he fits in this. And then I misspelled his name, and I was like, am I just thinking of the completely wrong person? But no, I was correct in who I thought I was thinking of, and I was like, okay, I wonder if he might think of the wrong name or something. But we can move on to number 4 here.
Yeah, your guy here.
Damn.
This is my era of knowledge, is like just before 2010 to like 2015 is when I was hardcore playing Madden, because I had Madden 08 on the GameCube and then like Madden's 11 through 13 on the Wii and the Wii U, which are really odd consoles to have Madden on. But that's like where I was spending my summers locked up in my dad's house playing Madden, like the entire summer. So I just have this giant knowledge of all these players for these teams. But I will say this player is not from my Madden knowledge. This player is just from
yeah. I will say that again, we're gonna have to ignore one of our later slides here.
Okay.
But I mean, honestly, this would have tripped me up if I didn't look at his PFR to pull it up and be like, wait, He was a Cleveland, like he was a Brown at the end of that. Like, yeah, I didn't know he ever left. Thought he was a career chief. Dwayne Bowe. Sure.
Yeah, this is Dwayne Bowe. I definitely also thought he was a career chief. But yeah, he's electric. If you want to watch some cool highlights, go watch Dwayne Bowe highlights for sure. We'll get into this fourth one for me.
A fun one.
Ooh. Oh, okay, I know who this is.
Okay.
Yeah. He was also very electric, and when he went to the Patriots, I thought he was going to be our savior.
Fixed. Yeah.
I thought he
Y'all were going to fix him.
I thought he finally put the weed behind him, and then he was gonna, just be that elite receiver that I knew he could be. This is Josh Gordon. Yep. This is Flash Gordon, and he was great. He was amazing, and then the league kind of screwed him out of a lot of his developmental years to kind of propel him into that what should have been stardom. Because if you look at the chart right now, he had 1,600 yards in his second year, and he was Pro Bowler, All Pro. Like he was really good. And then that third year is when he got busted and he got suspended.
Got busted.
Only played 5 games, kicked out the league for 2 years, finally reinstated, and he only played in 5 games again. And then
he did good with New England. Yeah,
he did, and that's why I thought he was going to be our savior. And then we shipped him off to Seattle, or cut him in Seattle. Grabbed. I don't know. I don't remember what happened.
I played 6 games for you, so something happened right before that deadline of either a cut or something or the other.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to mine here.
Your next one.
Okay. Oh, hold on. I clicked the wrong button on the thing. I was like, Dwayne Bowe again. Okay. 2013 draft class, safety. Listed as a safety and right linebacker is interesting for 2020, but that's also
that was really interesting when I pulled it up too, because I was fully expecting him to just be a safety
full way through. The New Orleans years give it away though, especially with like the one stint in Houston. Also, this is Tyrann Mathieu.
Yeah, I did not expect you to say that the New Orleans years are what gave away Tyrann Mathieu, but yeah,
I mean, I think that's what makes it so noticeable that it is Tyrann, because he went to.
Yeah, the current when a player is still currently playing, it's kind of hard to miss them because you can think of their roster, and we're pretty decent with the current rosters. But we'll go ahead and move on.
This one's pushing it in the years back to that late era.
Ooh.
And this is someone I know through the Denver.
Okay. I think we might have our first miss coming up. Drafted in 97. Started all the way up to 06 for the Broncos.
While he thinks, I'll also give some background, is we tried to stay past 2000 for majority of the player's career. So, we're obviously both born post 2000. We're not going to have great 90s knowledge, so we wanted to keep it a little like, will he be able to guess it if it's a little later back, and kind of keep it competitive-esque? We're not actually like competing for score, but did want to have it be a little bit difficult, and so decided to pull one from that later region.
Yeah,
Older, I
I
guess.
I don't have this one. He was a 4,000-yard passer with 27 touchdowns to 20 picks in '04. That's not great. That's not
No.
glamorous. Uh, I don't know who this is.
He
I
was a
don't even
Pro
have a guess
Bowler
to
with
throw out.
18 touchdowns to 7 interceptions.
They're like,
This
whoa, he finally threw less.
this is Jake Plummer.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay. I don't feel bad about giving up on that one. I was never
guessing
going to
no.
pull Jake Plummer.
Okay,
I
you're
do
never gonna pull
recognize
that
the
one out.
name. I recognize the name. I know the name, but I did not know his career at all.
Okay. Yeah, I would have thought that he was at a lot more teams than he was, for sure.
Now we're on to your sixth one.
Okay, so Buffalo 3 years, Rams stint 2 years. It was 2014 as well. Green Bay and Baltimore didn't play last year, and the problem is the player I'm thinking that this is, I thought played last year, but also, okay. Here's another thing. So my knowledge is mainly skewed Chiefs, I would say, for like older era, Lions for this like, probably 2015 and then onward. And then Rams, I have a very interesting overlap throughout. So ironically, the Rams to Kansas City is what signs this for me. Actually, the Green Bay as well, because I do remember him being in Green Bay. I didn't know that he didn't play last year. I want to say this is Sammy Watkins.
This is Sammy
Okay.
Watkins, yes.
'Cause-
Yeah, he was like the 5th overall pick in 2014. Like he went stupid high and he just could never figure out the injury thing. He never played more than he played his full rookie season and then he never
Yeah.
played a full season again.
I didn't even actually look at that. Those, like the injury, obviously would have helped. Because, yeah. But before you switch to this next one, all right. This next one, it's outside of our usual, what the rest of the format of any of this is.
Okay.
Mostly because he doesn't have a position listed in PFR, so I had to include 2 different stat groupings. And,
Okay.
this is it's an interesting pool if you get it. But very quickly you'll be like, I know this or I don't. All right, so
Okay. Okay.
we can go ahead and switch that now.
I'm confused right now. Okay. Oh my God. What the hell? 1934? What are we doing here? So he was in 1934. He started one game as a quarterback. It looks like he was
Yep.
2 of 5 for 37 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. And then he played 9 games, started 1. This has got to be like a broadcaster or something. Like this has got to be just somebody that we don't think of as a football player. There's no way it's anybody else.
No, I think we both would think of this person as strictly a football player. Yeah.
He didn't have a career
Let's-
outside of
let's-
1 year in
let's
1934.
Say, yeah, and we definitely have had his name brought up in a video.
Oh, I don't remember his name. God damn it! But no, it was in the. He wore number 0, right? Yeah. Shoot. Wee Willie Smith. Is this Wee Willie Smith?
This is Wee Willie
This is
Smith.
Wee Willie Smith. Let's go. Oh my God, the Wee Willie Smith poll early morning on a Tuesday. I did not expect to be pulling the name Wee Willie Smith out.
As soon as you text, like, this was the first PFI page I visited when you were like, we should do this video. I ran to Wee Willie Smith.
I'm disappointed in that. Okay. All right. On to your 7th. We've got another guy of the Kansas City variety.
Sorry, I'm still got tears in my eyes. Oh Lord. Okay. I'm worried.
I have a couple hints for you on this one if you need them.
Okay, so he's been like not even a 2. He's been like a 3 at most throughout his career with.
I will say, yeah, the stats surprise me. He's definitely a more recognizable name than his
than
stats would
player.
have you think.
Okay.
You definitely know him. 1000% sure of that. Do you need me to throw you a hint? Because I can do that.
I'll take one. Okay, I'm even more at a loss because I saw San Francisco and I was like, okay, who do I know in San Francisco? And then I saw he had 69 yards. I'm like, okay, don't.
Yeah.
All right.
So actually, look at that. Look at those San Francisco years, or that year. We recognized him, and we were like, whoa, he's still playing. And that was we saw plays from him this year, notable plays. Not necessarily of the receiving variety.
Plays? Okay.
Not necessarily receiving.
Total yards from scrimmage is 69. Only had receiving. He was a return man, I would assume.
Special teams, yes. Return man, no. And if that doesn't help you, then pay attention to those Kansas City years, because that's where I think of him most. So just, late 2010s Kansas City receiver.
I feel like I'm thinking of his face, and that bugs me so much that I'm thinking.
I never do that. I never think of football players' faces.
Well, I'm thinking about what he looks like pads,
okay.
But
okay.
I'm really not picturing a name. I think this will be my first give up here because I'm just not. I'm drawing a blank on the name, if it even is the person I'm picturing in my mind.
Okay. This is Chris Conley.
Motherfucker, what?
Yeah. That's Chris Conley.
Okay. So we're going to skip number 20 for you as well. But, no, I could have swore, because I just pulled Chris Conley. I didn't look at it. I was like, oh, yeah, Chris Conley. That's what I wanted to say for Chris Conley. But then I was like, he was on the Jags. I didn't have that in my memory, that he ever went to the Jags. So, yeah, I think of him primarily as that Chief.
Mm-hmm.
And
then the couple special teams plays.
Yeah, what special teams plays did he make? And I don't remember.
He smoked some punt returners. He was the gunner on a couple punt returns, and he smoked them. I don't remember if he forced a fumble or. I think it was either during. I think it was during the playoffs.
Right? Yeah, at the line of punt return smoked them and they flew out of bounds. Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
Now I'm
something like that.
That pisses me off.
He had a couple killer plays. I figured this one would make you mad if you couldn't get it.
Yeah, because I literally have Chris Conley pulled up for you. I thought that his Tennessee year was a full year, and I thought that, and I didn't remember the Jags, so that's what really kind of threw the wrench in that for me. And also, I would have predicted him to have better years because I remember him as a Chief, so I felt like better seasons there would have been oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's why I kind of said his stats are misleading. 0 touchdowns in 2 straight years. But to be fair, that was kind of the Chiefs' era of not having
that was
receivers do great things. They had the one year where they didn't catch a touchdown pass.
And I want to say out of those 5 touchdowns that were in 2018, I want to say 2 of them were from Patrick Mahomes and
okay.
He had some highlight reels just from that game.
Gotcha. Yeah, this makes me very happy because this is what I was aiming for. I was aiming for guys that are a bit difficult to pull, but that you definitely know. Mm-hmm. Because I want there to be some thought process that's involved. I don't want to just show you an obvious guy and then have you be like, oh yeah, it's that. But we'll move on.
You know a lot more than I do, so I was aiming for if he can get it immediately, there's at least something interesting that he might have forgotten about a player, because I do think that as I said, and you missed on Jake Plummer, but I thought you might actually get all of them. So we're moving on to number 7 here.
Yep, my number 7 here. This one I do think I know. The only one Miami year is throwing me, but I do know that he went from New England to Miami and then back to New England. And then the Baltimore last year is what seals it for me. This is Kyle Van Noy, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, for sure. So for me, I didn't even know he was on the Ravens last year. I thought he was still with the Chargers. So that was, granted, they had a great duo, so it's not like any other linebacker in that group really got to shine. But I was wondering if you were also going to have that same, when did this, happen? But the Miami from New England, definitely. And then drafted to Detroit, so that was another.
So that I didn't know. That I didn't realize. I don't know if I didn't know it, but I just didn't think about it. the Detroit linebacker that I'm thinking of is that's on the Patriots now. It's is it Jelani Tavai? I think
Probably.
he was drafted by the Lions, went to the Patriots. Anywho, yeah, I knew he was on the Ravens. I remember him making a couple plays alongside Jadeveon. I did not know he went to the Chargers though. So
That's funny.
That's,
So we're a
that's
little
part of my
incorrect there.
knowledge. That's
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll move on to your 8th.
Okay. So I think this is someone I've already mentioned the name of in this video.
I mentioned, yeah, unfortunately.
No,
As soon as I said it, I was like,
You said it, and I like the thing that stands out to me is the designation from D end to the outside linebacker. For some reason, that sticks with me. Probably because in like any Madden I've seen, he's as listed as that outside linebacker. But I know he played a D end esque position, and I really hope I am correct with saying that this is. Make sure I'm saying the right person from.
the right one of that linebacking core.
Yeah, I'm gonna lock in.
Oh, true. I didn't even think about that. Think about career chief, though, because I don't think the other guy's a career chief.
Yeah, that's my issue right now. I'm just
Okay,
gonna.
you don't know which was.
Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot on Houston, Justin Houston. No, it's.
No, I'm pretty sure Justin Houston went somewhere else.
I know
So who is this? You know, obviously, it's the other guy.
it's the other guy, but I can't think of his name right now. To be honest.
Oh, okay. It's Tamba Hali.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, absolute baller, by the way. Shout out Tamba Hali. Very fun player. And then we'll get into my number 8. Wow. This guy went around the league. This is like Ryan Fitzpatrick levels of traveling.
Yeah, this is actually. I didn't quite realize the the list of different teams he's on at the bottom. It's quite.
This is odd. I do think I know who this is actually.
Okay.
Oddly, and see, I'm gonna explain what clued me into
What
it,
clued you in?
and then I'm gonna tell you I don't know why the hell that clued me into it. But Houston number 7 is what did it for me. I was like, what Houston quarterback was wearing number 7 back in those early 2010s? I believe this is Case Keenum.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Good. I'm glad I pulled that.
Yeah, number 7 Houston. That's what you got from that.
He's unmemorable everywhere he goes. I don't know what you want from me.
For some reason, to me, it was like it's the Washington and Minnesota years, because I just like Case Keenum, Kirk Cousins.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
yeah.
absolutely. No, for sure.
Very much there. So I'm glad you got a pull on a weird quarterback. I'm glad.
Yeah, I'm glad. And we can move off of that now. But yeah, you definitely think of him more as a Viking than anything else. I think.
Yeah, the Houston
Onto your
7.
line.
What the hell are you? All right. Okay. Oh.
This one's pretty easy, I think.
Yeah, I feel like might just be one of those issues of I'm not recognizing era whatsoever. Because first thought I saw Eagles for that length of time, and immediately I went to someone that I've already said their name of in this video, and I don't think it's Darren Sproles.
Oh, okay. I forgot you mentioned him. It's not.
It's not because of the lack of Pro Bowls as an Eagle.
Not just that, it's the lack of career as a Saint.
To be honest, yeah, true. I only think of him as an Eagle, so that's like where my mind is like, okay, Eagle player, running back, mind, Darren Sproles. He played as recent as 2020. Oh. Very
He's got a sick
unused.
nickname.
Yeah,
Sick
is this
nickname.
okay? So it's Shady.
Yeah, it's
Sean McCord.
It's-
Okay.
Yeah.
For some reason I saw the usage in 2020 with that team, And I remember he was like that late, not late, but like a little tack him on for the Brady run. I would have thought he
Mhm.
got more usage, but yeah,
Now they had Lenny, so they didn't
true.
need to. Now we get on to my ninth.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, yeah. Extreme, like notably short career on
Yeah.
this guy.
Mm-hmm.
This is, I know who this is, but yeah, this is a his poor knees, man, flying at those altitudes. I don't know if you remember that news story, but he was flying on the team plane, and he like his knees there was something wrong with his knees, and flying at that altitude made it worse,
Oh,
and so he just like missed some games. This is Todd Gurley,
yes.
one of the better running backs of the late 2010s,
Mm-hmm.
but just notably short career. Only played a full season once in 2016, and every other season had missed games. And then just, I think after his Falcons year, he was just like, I just don't have
Yeah,
it in me
he's
anymore.
putting it up as second in MVP voting in 2017.
Yeah, over 2,000 scrimmage yards, um, and then rushing and receiving touchdowns. He had 19 of them, so that was a really good year.
This
And then I
was a
think
player I wanted to I brought in as like that, like, he's not talked about enough for because of that short career. Just the highs of that career were pretty high.
yeah, on to your 10th, and
Okay.
this is a fun one.
2015 Eagle, Raiders in 2020. Going for 2 years and then Baltimore. So if I'm thinking Baltimore's last year receivers, it's Odell, which it's not him. It's not the rookie. It's not Bateman. And those are the guys I would think of. But this guy was targeted 45 times. So he's like fourth wide receiver. Uh,
He was the fourth wide receiver. I think, at least, I don't know their exact depth chart, but
yeah.
definitely like when I'm thinking of their receiving room, he's the next guy that comes to
Oh,
mind after those top three.
okay. Yeah, okay. I got it. That's funny. The catch percentage. The catch percentage was a minor clue in.
Was it?
I think if it is who I think it is, because I think it's Nelson Aguilar.
It is Nelson Aguilar. I
Yeah.
didn't know anything about his catch percentage. What's
He notably early on couldn't. 52.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
he notably could not he progressed into being the level that he is. He was not drafted in that level.
It's
The
it's also
Raiders
funny.
years, Pitcunian, England.
It's Yeah, so we're inverted again. I forgot he was a Raider, and I absolutely knew he was a Patriot, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, those numbers are not what I would expect from somebody who I
His
definitely
name
know.
is that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that Chris Conley thing. Like I know the player for sure, 100%, but
So mad about
those
Chris Conley.
those
Why'd you have
stats
to
are
bring
just.
that up? Okay.
Then on to my 10th. Okay. Interesting. This is a similar career path to, or similar teams to honestly, a lot of Patriots defenders. They went to the Matt Patricia system in Detroit and then went to Miami for whatever reason.
They wanted to have not snow games. They wanted to live somewhere.
There's a name that's in my head. I don't know why it's there. But I don't think it's right, so I'm not going to guess it. Man, linebacker in Detroit. Moved to linebacker. The D end for New England is where I would probably think of him the most. But moving to linebacker, like straight up
Late
linebacker
career, yeah.
in Miami, makes me think. There's only one name in my head though.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if there were many like players that would have like. I'm glad that you with the Patricia system that move to Detroit, because I wasn't so sure that this was going to be a common career like path here, because I think of the one player because I knew him as a Lion, and I knew he went to Miami, and I knew he came from New England, but it wasn't like QB hit drop off is crazy. Now I just
I'm gonna let this guess fly because I cannot think of another name to save my life. But the only name in my head is Dietrich Wise.
it is not Dietrich Wise.
Okay, I didn't think it was. I was pretty sure this wasn't his career path, but that's the only name in my head right now. Only other name that I'm even thinking of right now is not correct, but it's Devon Godshaw.
Oh, definitely not.
Yeah, no, you can go ahead and send him at me.
This is Trey Flowers.
Okay, never was gonna pull that, but
Okay,
yeah,
never-
I recognize the name.
For some reason, Trey Flowers is always a name that I mix up with other players, and for some reason, I mix them up with safeties. Like it's not even like I'll think of a player and I'll be like, oh yeah, that's not his name. Why did I think that?
Brandon Flowers was a corner, and he was pretty decent. Chargers, I believe, was his team.
I was gonna say. All right, on to number 11 for me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is a bit of a tough one, but I think you can pull it. I think you know this. You should.
I might pull it. Okay.
The only reason I say it's tough is because D tackles are just kind of inherently tough to pull.
It would have been alongside Donald. I'm trying to think what veteran edition we made in 20. I'm just gonna have to shoot based on like my Detroit knowledge because I'm not pulling anything from that Rams D line during their Super Bowl run.
It's fair. He was definitely overshadowed by Aaron Donald for his entire career, basically. So it's not like, yeah.
And if I'm thinking a veteran on Detroit's D line the past couple of years, but not 2023, I'm not sure if he signed anywhere in 2023. But I'm gonna go with Michael Brockers.
This is Michael Brockers. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew he was like that older veteran ad. I just swore he left to like Miami or something in 2023, but
The classic move.
yeah. Get away from the cold. Okay. Next up is yours. This is another one that is just for some funzy.
Oh, yeah. Shout out. Shout out the boy.
Wanted him in.
Shouted him out on Twitter when people said what was that mediocre receiver that got you to fall, or that every
Little boy
guy falls in love with.
Yep.
Everybody's got that mediocre receiver. This is Kenbrell Tompkins. Nobody else in the entire world should be able to pull Kenbrell Tompkins, but
Yes.
but I can.
Ironically, this conversation is what stemmed me telling you that mine was Chris Conley, and then I missed Chris Conley, so I feel like a sham. But yeah, Chris Conley was definitely that mediocre wide receiver, but I thought he was better than that mediocre.
Yeah, yeah.
I held him in too high of a light, clearly.
Kenbrell is a stretch to call him mediocre with a 3-year career on 3 different teams. Sorry, 4 different teams. No, 3 different teams.
Yeah.
I'm tripping. The only reason I even got this, though, to be honest, is because I had to look up that play, and I saw that he went to the Jets in one of his later years, or his later years. But yeah, I definitely would probably not have gotten this, unfortunately, if I didn't look him up for that play to put on Twitter. So onto your 12th, and I think this we can kind of cut it off at half of what we were expecting.
I was going to say, I think we can either cut it
recording.
off here after our 12s or after our 15s.
We can cut it off after our 15s,
Okay.
just because I'm having fun.
Yeah. And then that'll leave us with a good group to add to the ones that we got to cut for a part 2.
If y'all enjoy this, definitely, by the way, if y'all are enjoying so far, if you're here right now, drop a like, subscribe, stick around for a part 2. Let us know. And follow us on Twitter and shoot us some players that you want us to have the other person guess, especially Elijah. Send Elijah some players that you want me to guess.
I thought you were saying
Yeah.
especially for him to guess. I was like,
No.
okay,
I can pull obscure players that he might know. I can pull those all day, no problem.
I
But
don't
he
know
may
many
have
obscure players, so that would, I would appreciate
Yeah.
that help. All right, so we're on to number 12 for me, correct? All right.
Mm-hmm.
New Orleans.
I would not call this guy obscure by any stretch of the imagination.
This is Brandon Cooks.
This is Brandon Cooks.
The Rams
Shout out
into
to his-
Houston, Dallas. Yeah, I'll be honest. I forgot about Saints. He was clearly good there, but I know him as like the England, like the bounce around years that he kept getting passed around while still being really good. That's for sure what I know.
I don't know why he got passed around so much. I really don't. He was a consistent producer.
Onto your number 12 here.
On to my number 12 here. Lions wideout in the early 2000s, early to mid 2000s. Then went to Dallas, then went to Chicago.
And I do have a hint if you do not.
I have a name in mind. Does he share a name with another football player by any chance? Do you know?
Team that
I
he
think
does.
it's safety. Safety is the other guy. Cowboys safety. Because if so, then yeah, I know who this is.
Cowboy safety. Yep.
Yeah, okay. So this is Roy Williams,
Yep.
right? Yeah. Don't ask me how I know.
Both on the same team, both named Roy Williams.
Well, we'll move on. This is one of my picks that is similar to your Jake Plummer pick in that it's earlier.
Okay.
But definitely a more known player than Jake Plummer. Also, he shares a team, and this is him.
There's a team. What do you mean?
Jake Plummer.
Oh,
He was on the
gotcha,
Broncos.
gotcha. I for some reason thought you were saying like they were on the same team, like years wise, and I was like, hold up, this ends in 1999. Okay, so big time Pro Bowler, a safety, so not champ.
Champ
and-
also was 2000s.
See, now I'm out the window. I thought that they were the same era. Oh dear. Okay. Really good Denver safety from 1989. I'm entering my mind palace. I'm walking into a room that says Denver DBs, opening it. I'm saying Justin Simmons. I'm saying Champ Bailey. I'm saying an array of names which are all post 2000. I guess, because Champ Bailey's post 2000 and I am retarded. I'm gonna just let this fly as I want to give a guess out, but I don't want to just stall until I can think of a guess. Matt's gonna be so mad in the comments if he sees
Matt
this.
is gonna be pissed at you,
Gonna be
actually.
so mad because the amount of things in Matt's house that are Denver memorabilia, specifically from this era, is so much. It's so high. Damn.
Shout out Matt, by the way.
Let me got those tackles in.
I will say my hint for him, he was a very heavy hitter. Like, he laid some fucking hits, man.
Fontez. I don't.
Dude, if Fontez played in the 90s, he would have never been suspended.
He would have been actually like all pro every
Hall of
single year.
Famer.
Oh man. Okay.
I did not pick Fontez perfect. Good. Okay.
I am just gonna have to let this rock. Defensive Rookie of the Year in 1980.
Two.
Or
Second place.
second.
Second place for yeah.
And as soon as you say the name, I'm gonna throw myself out my window.
It's gonna be a Chris Conley situation again. Sorry to remind you. Sorry.
My PTSD. Come on, dude. Yeah. Is it Jet in 1999? That clearly makes. I don't fucking know. Nothing. I got nothing. I'm surrendering. I'm in the right fight.
Steve Atwater.
Your mother.
This is this is the one like older player that I really kind of expected you to get to be able to pull, just because like your Broncos knowledge is a little bit better than most. of your other knowledge. Move on to my 13. We don't have to dwell on
Thanks.
that at all.
Yeah, moving on. Moving
Yep.
on. I don't even. Ah, this is a fun one. This is a nice. That's a nice change of pace from me raging.
I know who this is, but I swear he was on the Raiders at one point in his career. I swear to God he was on the Raiders.
I'll be your fact checker real quick. See if he.
He wasn't. He wasn't. I know he. Well, obviously he wasn't. It would show
Yeah,
it
he
on-
wasn't. But I want to. Amari Cooper situation. What happened? Who knows?
Wait, what do you mean, Amari Cooper situation?
Like, oh, my feet hurt in your cleats. I can't play here.
Oh, okay. Sorry, he was drafted to the Raiders.
Who am I
Amari
thinking
Cooper
of?
was.
I remember he pulled some. Okay, whatever. Moving on.
Anywho, AB is probably who you're thinking of. He did get his he weaseled his way out of playing for the Raiders. This is LeGarrette Blount, by the way.
Yes, it is.
But yeah, I swear to God, LeGarrette played for the Raiders.
It's crazy
Unequivocally
too because it sounds like it would be a,
Yeah,
he sounds like he'd have a Raiders stint.
I know who I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of another power running back that had dreads that played for the Raiders, even though that was not his main stop. And with that, we'll get to that player.
No. No. Missed season retired. What the hell am I looking at? Okay, I know who it is.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Mm-hmm. You do.
Yeah, I do. I hope I know who this is.
Yeah.
That happened in 2016? Why is that? Is that something you knew about? Is this news to me only?
No, I think he played. Well, I mean, if you look at the year before, he played in 7 games, carried the ball 100 times, had 400 yards. So like, not a crazy year by his standards. His yards per attempt was pretty low, and he just wasn't super successful. He was getting older. He's a running back, so he retired, and then Oakland offered him a bag, I think. So he came out of retirement to be a Raider. Yeah, this is Marshawn Lynch.
I'm so lost at the missed season retired. I just didn't know that ever happened.
I thought you'd be lost at the Bills time.
Oh, I knew he was a Bill. I knew he
Okay,
was a Bill before
cool.
Seattle, but then I also got confused because I felt like he was in Seattle in like 2017. Like I thought he stuck around towards that like fall off a little longer.
Oh, well, evidently not.
All right, we got this one, and then we got 3 more left here. 3 more guessing ones left.
This is an early 2000s Texans quarterback who then went to Carolina, the Giants, San Fran, and then the Giants again.
All while not
A couple
starting.
names. Yeah, a couple names are in my head. Early 2000s Texans quarterback starting has me thinking that I was actually wrong with a couple of names in my head. But
Oh, he
no,
wore number
that
8.
can't be right.
Okay, he
Huh?
wore number 8.
You wore number? Oh, yeah, duh. Is this David Carr?
It is David Carr.
Okay, I overthought it for sure because I was like, I thought he was earlier, and how would Derek Carr be in the league if David Carr was in the league in 2012? But
You were definitely going on a little rabbit hole there, huh?
yeah, I was also the name that entered my head was David Blau, who was a
Yeah.
Lions
He's a lot
quarterback.
more recent. He's
And a
backup
lot more
Vikings,
recent.
Backup Lions
Yeah.
recently.
Yep. Anywho, on
All
to
right,
your 15th,
on to
your
my
final one.
final, and I do want to say I think the final
You know what,
one I
actually-
have for you is pretty fun.
I'm gonna pick a different one. This is not a good one to have as the
It's
final.
not a good Elijah 17. Okay, here we are. This, and now I'm mad at myself. Hold on. Started a whole lot.
Oh yeah.
Chicago. Where's passing
Bears
yards?
Bears quarterback.
Where's passing yards?
Name one.
Chicago. Yeah. Okay. I wanted to make sure. I didn't want to just go like visually check every single year and see like, okay, yeah, he did. Yeah, it's yeah, Cutlets. Jay Cutler.
There you go. Yeah. So I just remember a tweet from like 2016, 17 that said Jay Cutler has been medically cleared to become a Dolphin. And somebody else said, this would be a lot cooler if football didn't exist. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, it probably would.
That's funny. Yeah, the
We'll
Denver,
get back
the Denver
to-
to Chicago gave it away, but I did want to make sure his Chicago stint wasn't god awful, but it was a long stint. We over at
Dude,
15.
no way. Yeah, we're over at 15. Gabe 15.
Was this Elijah's
think-
15?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay,
This
you
is
were making a face.
Elijah's 22. Unfortunately.
Okay.
If this is who I'm thinking of. If it's not, that's real awkward. But I believe this is. Well, shoot. Now I'm between two. But no, the Kansas City years, Pro Bowl Kansas City. Yeah, this is Matt Castle.
It is.
Okay. I was like, do I remember seeing this when I took a screenshot? Do I remember him being in Tennessee and Detroit? But yeah, alrighty. That's gonna just about wrap it up. This was a much longer video than I anticipated.
Very much longer.
Yeah.
Maybe
if
cut
y'all-
it. I don't know.
I'll cut some of the silence and some of the no
Ideas.
talk times where we're just thinking. But yeah, guys, let us know if you enjoyed this, because we definitely did. We'd love to do part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5. And like I said earlier, follow Elijah on Twitter or don't, but drop him some names for me to guess in his DMs, because if I see them on the comments, I'll know.
Dead away.
Let us know if you enjoyed. Call us stupid for the players that we missed, especially Elijah
Yes.
for Chris Conley. Call him stupid.
No, I mean, I
And
think,
Steve Atwater.
Steve Atwater's the bigger crime, I think. Chris
For
Conley is
sure,
a
for
personal
sure.
crime that I will hold onto myself forever until the end of time. But Steve Atwater is what comments will be pitchforking it up for me.
Yep. As always, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Drop a like if you liked, subscribe, stick around for more parts of this, and drop some more ideas, little videos like this. We'll do more of these that are less like thought experiments.
Deep
or-
analysis that we kind of have been doing.
Yeah. Deep analysis is fun, and we've got a couple more videos surrounded around some deeper analysis of a couple different things planned for pretty soon. I don't know if we want to
Nah, don't
mention
tease
those
them.
or not,
Don't
but
tease them.
nah, don't tease them. Okay, well, stick around for those. But yeah, definitely let us know some more fun ideas like this that we could do. Maybe some Sporkle quizzes at one point if this does well and if y'all enjoy it. But I think that's all we got for you. And with that, deuces.